This is not just a letter. This is a voice that was never heard, a life that was never shared, a son who never met his father until today, through these words. This is the story of Tyrell and the letter that changed a man's life forever. But this isn't only about absence. It's about what happens when silence finally speaks, when a forgotten bond echoes through paper and ink. This letter is more than words. It's a bridge between the past that was lost and the future that still has hope. He never stayed in one place too long. Life was a blur of jobs, missed opportunities, and silent regrets. Tyrell's father, Marcus, had made many mistakes, and walking away from his son was the worst one. Each year was just a repetition of the last. New cities, temporary friends, empty birthdays. The silence between him and the past grew heavier. No pictures, no calls, just the echo of what he might have been, if he'd stayed. He didn't know if his son even remembered him, or if he hated him. All he knew was the silence hurt more with each passing year. One evening, a simple envelope arrived. No return address, just one word on the front: Dad. He froze. Everything inside him trembled. He hadn't heard that word spoken to him in decades. Slowly, as if touching a ghost, he opened it. Inside, a handwritten letter. The ink slightly smudged, but the emotion still sharp. From the son he had never seen. And for the first time in many years, he felt fear. Not the fear of violence or danger, but of truth. What would this letter say? Condemnation, hatred, or something else? Dear Dad, you don't know me, but I've always known you. Not from birthdays or bedtime stories, but from the hole you left in my heart. I could have let that destroy me, but I didn't. I became faster, stronger. They told me I was too small to be great, but I trained like a warrior. I ran like my life depended on it, because in some ways, it did. Today, I play in the NFL, not because of you, but maybe, just maybe, because of the pain you left. And I forgive you, not because you deserve it, but because I do, because I need to be free. And maybe you need to be free too. Marcus dropped the letter. Tears streamed down his face. This wasn't hate. This wasn't blame. It was forgiveness, strength, and somehow love. He sat there for hours, reading and rereading, each sentence unlocking a part of himself he thought was long dead. He didn't know if he'd ever see his son, but for the first time he felt maybe he still could. Tyrell turned pain into power. Not every story ends with a reunion, but every wound can heal. Sometimes the greatest strength is born from the deepest scars, and maybe, just maybe, your letter is still waiting to be written, to your father, to your past, or maybe to yourself.